Hi, I'm Suzy Rhoades with PassMasters. Welcome to this week's Questions of the Week. This week, our topic is Fixed Income Securities. You can expect this topic to appear on the SIE exam, Series 6, Series 7, and Series 65. We'll be taking a 10-question topic quiz from within one of our PassMasters Securities courses. Let's check out our learning management system. All would be disadvantages of investing in Eurodollar bonds, except what is an advantage of investing in Eurodollar bonds? That's probably what it's asking. So reword it in English without the except. Let's check all of our choices. They have political and currency risk. They have no currency risk to U.S. investors. There may be a lack of transparency since they are not registered with the SEC. They have less liquidity than domestic issues. So of these four, 3 are disadvantages and 1 is an advantage. Political and currency risk, disadvantage. No currency risk to U.S. investors, that's an advantage. So we're gonna check that. Yes, so we know we got it right because we got the green check mark. So just to go through those last two one more time. There may be a lack of transparency since they are not registered with the SEC. That's a true statement. It's a disadvantage. They have less liquidity than domestic issues. That is a disadvantage. You can check this box, show explanation, click it, and you get the written out explanation. And if you click the play button, all would be disadvantages. It's me. You have an audio explanation for every question within a PassMasters Securities course. Your client is very conservative and worried about inflation. Which investment would be best? Choices include Treasury bill, Treasury bond, Treasury note, or TIPS. What's a TIPS? It stands for Treasury Inflation Protected Securities. That's the one for your client if they are very conservative and worried about inflation. Which properly lists the maturities of U.S. Treasuries from shortest to longest? So remember, the Treasury bill makes up the bulk of the money market. A Treasury bill matures in 4 weeks, 13 weeks, 26 weeks, up to 52 weeks. So they're the shortest. Next, we have the Treasury note, which matures in 1 to 10 years. And then lastly, we have a Treasury bond, which matures in 10 to 30 years. So bills, notes, and bonds. All of the following are characteristics of asset-backed securities, except. So which one is not a characteristic of asset-backed securities? The loans backing the security are often illiquid. That is a characteristic. Mortgage loans are always in the underlying pool of an asset-backed security. No. They are backed by pools of loans. That is a characteristic. Student loans may be in the pool. That is also a characteristic. So it is loans other than mortgage loans that are in the pool backing an asset-backed security. So not a characteristic, mortgage loans in the pool. That is not true. All of the following are agencies of the federal government that issue debt, except. So which one is not an agency of the federal government that issues debt? Federal Home Loan Mortgage Corporation, referred to commonly as Freddie Mac. Federal Open Market Committee. Government National Mortgage Association, commonly referred to as Ginnie Mae. Or Federal National Mortgage Association, Fannie Mae. So we have Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, Ginnie Mae, and Sallie Mae buys student loans. It is the Federal Open Market Committee that is not an agency. The Federal Open Market Committee is not an agency of the federal government. The Federal Open Market Committee is part of the Federal Reserve. They engage in open market operations, the buying and selling of U.S. government securities to control or attempt to control the economy. Which is not a disadvantage related to investing in foreign bonds. Currency risk would be a disadvantage. Potentially higher risk of default would be a disadvantage. Diversification, that sounds like an advantage. Higher trading costs would be a disadvantage. So investing in foreign bonds can offer an investor's portfolio diversification. That's an advantage, not a disadvantage. A U.S. Treasury bill has which of the following characteristics? It pays taxable interest. It is sold at a discount. It pays semi-annual interest. It is sold at par value. Treasury bills make up the bulk of the money market. Almost all money market instruments are sold at a discount. U.S. Treasury bills or any U.S. government security debt. Interest income. They tax themselves but not each other. So the interest income on treasuries is taxed at the federal level, but tax-free on the investor's state income tax return. Which type of municipal bond will most likely have the lowest yield? Now, why would it have the lowest yield? Because it's the safest. Now, don't say safe to your customers, to your clients, no. But we're looking for the one that has the lowest yield, which is going to correspond with the one that has the lowest risk. So industrial development revenue bond backed by user fees, general obligation bond backed by taxes, tax equivalent bond is not a type of municipal bond at all, and a revenue bond also backed by user fees. So it's the one that's backed by taxes that has the lowest yield because it has less risk than the revenue bonds that are backed by user fees. What is the appropriate definition of a Eurobond? A bond issued by a country in the European Union, a bond purchased by an investor who lives in the European Union zone, any long-term debt instrument issued and sold outside the country of the currency in which it is denominated, or a bond issued in the Eurozone. A Eurobond is any long-term debt instrument issued and sold outside the country of the currency in which it is denominated. Eurobond. Which of the following is generally traded according to their average life rather than their stated maturity dates? Choices include agency issues, corporate stocks, corporate bonds, or asset-backed securities. Stated maturity date. So traded according to their average life rather than their stated maturity dates. That is describing asset-backed securities. That's this week's topic of the week, fixed income securities. I hope you learned something. If so, give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. Turn your post notifications on so you'll know when next week's video is released. If you have any questions at all about this topic, just ask me in the comments below. If you'd like to check out our PassMasters course offerings or to enroll in any of our securities courses, there is a link found in this video's description. I hope to have you as a student soon. Happy studies. You got this.